We're here at Wreck Rock with Nev and Bev. They are the turtle carers in this area. Apparently they have 2 children, Kev and Dev. Just joking. We can edit that later. So these guys are the turtle researchers here above Bundaberg in the Deepwater National Park. So Nev and Bev, how long have you guys been doing turtle research here for?
Here since 1977 together.
Wow, that's unbelievable. 40 years, just about,
at least.
of
More.
turtle
A little
research.
bit over, yeah.
Yep. Married for 43, so this is our 44th season.
Wonderful. So what are the main turtles we get on the east coast of Australia coming up that you see?
The ones we see here are greens and flatbacks and loggerheads. And the loggerheads are the ones that we're primarily here for to look after, because they're the ones that are most endangered in this area of the Pacific. We're just part of a Queensland-wide research project that's monitoring the population, find out how big the population was, where the migration was, did a migration study, and now it's a lot more the conservation and trying to make sure that the population maintains itself through, for the future.
Now that we've got into covering the nests to protect them from the goannas, we come back for another week in March and pull all that stuff off the beach.
So,
Do they come back yearly as well, the same turtles?
No, not every year. As they get older, it's longer intervals between nesting. It takes a lot of energy for a turtle to do the migration, come in and lay every 2 weeks, and then they'll swim home again.
So once they've laid their eggs, how long does it take before they hatch?
Generally about 60 days, but depending on the sand temperature, it will define the gender of the turtle. And if it's warmer, it sort of incubates quicker.
How many eggs would they lay, an average turtle?
You're looking, the loggerheads are at least 100.
Wow.
The flatbacks are in the vicinity of 60, and the greens are at least 100, 120.
And what's the survival rate of the hatchlings?
1 in 1,000.
1 in 1,000, okay.
That's
so
what they
every
say.
10 nests, you get one turtle.
That's right.
That's what
Wow.
they say. We'll come back in time to probably lay eggs again on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the biggest predators, obviously when they're in the nest, goannas, foxes,
Dogs,
So,
crabs.
crabs.
crabs, okay.
So once the eggs sort of start to break within the nest, they take up to a week to dig their way through. And what they do when they get closer to the top, they sleep when the sand is warm and they dig when it's cold. So therefore they're breaking out of the sand at night time. So there's not many birds around at night time when they run down to the water. But then for the next 5 or 6 days, they're floating. They can't sink in the water, and that's where the birds become a problem.
Yeah, and once you're in the water, also obviously the marine life fish.
Yep.
Yep. We're more worried about the predation on the land from introduced species like foxes and wild dogs, because that's upsetting the balance. Turtles lay lots of eggs, and I believe that they're designed to feed many species in the ocean and in the air, and otherwise they wouldn't lay so many eggs and produce so many hatchlings. But by introducing species like the fox to Australia and other things like that, we're upsetting that balance and creating a deficit, if you like. So there's not enough getting out to the water and being able to repopulate and come back to lay their eggs.
So as humans, we have a big impact on their environment with the nesting and in the water as well.
Yep.
Have you seen the results of that, like a decline at all, or is there been more of an increase?
When we first started coming here, we were only coming for a 4-week period, and within that 4-week period we tagged 250 individual turtles in that time frame. Now we're here for 2.5 months, and we're really pleased if we get 100.
Wow.
You see the impact all the time with sick turtles, obviously some sort of disease that they say, either ingesting plastic or being hit by boats, or you see them washed in, drowned from being in nets, damage from hooks, fishing hooks, and so there's all that sort of impact. And the major one that we're concerned about is actually getting them out to the water.
Yeah.
what we're trying to do it so that, you know, the kids of the future are actually going to be able to see what a turtle's like. And we're also concerned because we're now finding that the loggerheads in particular are getting caught into the current, which is normal, and down to mid-coast, and then they go over to Peru. And there's long-line fishing lines over in Peru that are catching the baby loggerheads, and consequently they're not getting back to Australia to start the life cycle again.
Wow.
So if something's not sort of done to try and conserve that death of those turtles, we're not going to have loggers.
Yeah.
It's just been found from research in the last decade or so that our loggerheads get caught in the Pacific current and actually do a circuit of the whole Pacific Ocean.
Wow.
And run up the west coast of South America, and that's where they're getting caught. And,
These guys were saying before that in the 70s and 60s they used to ride the turtles down to the beach
Not
after
us.
Not us! Not
No. This is education of what we know now, you know, and what's been put into education with conservation. So times have changed, but still humans having a huge impact on the environment, not just on the turtles, but marine life anyway.
Yep.
Plastic bags, obviously, we see many states now are actually banning plastic bags because that ends up out in the ocean.
You can't see an ad on television or in books anymore about Queensland tourism unless it's got a photo of a turtle on it.
That's true, that's right.
Everyone.
Yeah. What type of turtles are green?
Yes.
There you go. Green
The
turtle.
pretty ones.
The pretty ones.
I've got to say my loggerhead, but I don't want to because I think they're beautiful. But they've got the biggest head. There's one on the beach at the moment. I've never seen a head as big as this one's got. It's
Wow.
huge.
There you go.
Flatback's Queensland's own turtle. Good on it.
Thanks very much, guys,
Okay.
for your time.
Very
Awesome.
good.